Guys, welcome back. I am back today with a full day of eating. I know, original, but it's come to the end of the off season now, and the last time I'd done a full day of eating, calories are probably a good bit lower than they are currently now. So this is kind of the highest food has been in quite a while. So I know everyone loves seeing the food side of things, especially when they're dieting. So I'm gonna go through today's full day of eating and show you kind of where food is at in the back end of an off season. We will get straight into it. Today is a training day, so we have push later on. So as usual, I will get 3 meals in and then train after that third meal. So first of all, we have 175 grams of rice, 150 grams of minced beef, 100 grams of blueberries with 10 grams of almond butter, and then 10 grams of dark chocolate. Has to be 90% as well. Anything less than that, it may as well be dairy milk. So that is the first meal. Again, for breakfast, you could have, like, you know, instead of the rice here for the carb source, you could have bagels. Instead of like the mince, you could have eggs, egg whites, and you could even have turkey bacon. Obviously berries, you could have any fruit you wanted. And then the dark chocolate and the almond butter as well as a fat source. The eggs could obviously be a fat source here. Or you could use peanut butter, nuts, oils, anything you really want. So it doesn't have to be any of this for breakfast. A lot of people would not enjoy this. So like I said, choose kind of carb sources, protein sources that kind of you enjoy, that agree well with you. But yeah, this is the first meal. I will have calories, macros, etc. On the screen as well.
Smoked salmon, eggs, avocado toast. BG.
Meal 2, 175 grams of rice. Let's go in. Look how good it looks. 175 grams of rice, 175 beef, and I actually have 10 mils of this macadamia nut oil, and this meal is usually avocado, 50 grams of avocado, but since appetite starts to drop off, again, it's choosing easier food sources to be able to get down easier, lower volume. It's still obviously hitting my fat target for this meal, but just simply switching from avocado, which in this point of an off season was actually making me feel a little bit sick, as Jem knows, fucking hell. But I've literally switched over to 10 mils of macadamia nut oil, which will kind of give me in around the same calorie and fat content as well. So a simple swap, which makes this meal go down a lot easier. And then with this as well, 100 grams of pineapple too. So again, instead of rice, you can have pasta, you can have potato, you can have bagels. Again, for me, like 175 grams of rice, that's raw weight as well. It's a high volume of rice. So if I was going to have the same, you know, breakdown of carbs within pasta or potato, it's going to be much higher volume again. So this is not too high volume in comparison to like potatoes or something, which is why I just choose rice, because it goes down easier, which when food is this high, I think that's super important. A bit like that. So we're back for pre-workout meal. Now, don't come at me, okay? I eat everything separately, so I have 175 grams of chicken, and that's completely full.
Where's the chicken? Where's the chicken?
So we actually have 175 grams of rice with 25 grams of honey on that. I used to have chicken with this meal, but again, as food volume, as kind of hunger drops off, appetite drops off, food volume has to drop off a little bit as well. So it was difficult to get down. So I literally replaced the chicken with 60 grams of whey, which gives me the same amount of protein, but that is much easier to get down. I make my whey into paste as well, so I will just eat that rather than actually drink a shake. I think it sits a lot better. And then 150 grams of banana as well. Yes, I eat it all separately. I don't like mixing everything in, but that is pre-workout meal. Usually before pre-workout meal, sometimes at the moment I will actually have a nap. If I've got all work done for the morning, sometimes I will have a 20-minute, half an hour nap before I actually have this meal. I didn't need it today. Yesterday I did need it, but that's, I think, one part of pushing into a deep off season. Anyone who kind of has done it in the past and really commits to a gaining phase, you will get to that stage where food gets high, you get very lethargic, sluggish, and I think you will find yourself kind of maybe not as productive, maybe wanting to sleep a little bit more, and it's completely normal. It's part and parcel of it. So off season can be very time consuming, with potentially needing extra sleep, maybe needing extra naps, and also food as well. Like I find myself, like when I go into a dieting phase, I will literally save 2 hours of time during the day. Like a meal will take me now maybe half an hour to eat, whereas in a dieting phase, I'll have it gone in 10 minutes. So when you add that up over 6 meals, I will literally save 2 hours a day for actual productive work, from actually transitioning from a gaining phase over into a diet phase. So I think, if anything, that's the one thing I'm actually super looking forward to, is reduction in food. So it actually takes me quicker to eat my meals, so I actually have more time to be productive and get shit done. I'm not wanting to fucking sleep all the time. Okay, so we're back. I think I'll just sit in this spot for the whole video, to be honest. But this is Intra-workout. It looks a bit like pond water. It's a bit disgusting, but we have 200 mils of pomegranate juice, 100 grams of cyclic dextrin, 20 grams EAAs, 5 grams glutamine, 5 grams creatine. Again, when we're looking at kind of cyclic dextrin, yes, it's going to obviously help, you know, even promote recovery during your session and help with performance if your sessions are, you know, pretty long. But again, it's an easy way for us to be able to get extra calories in when our food is extremely high. So, you know, 100 grams of carbs there is going to be straight away 400 calories during your session. Now for me, 100 grams is probably the upper limit of what I would go, just personally from a digestive standpoint. I feel like this is definitely enough. I think any more than this, it starts to kind of sit in your stomach a little bit, so that's the highest I would go now. I won't really go above that. But yeah, I will drink that. I will start drinking that literally during kind of my warm-up, and I will kind of finish that before the end of the session. And I will show you post-workout now, because I have this at the gym and I will probably forget to record it then. So a litre of ice cream, 2 litres of ice cream. No, I'm only joking. We have 175 grams of Rice Krispies, 25 grams of honey, and 60 grams of whey in that, and then 200 grams of blueberries with that meal as well. After training, my appetite is never really high, so that's very easy to get down. I try and stay away from the likes of cereal. I try and just stay to kind of, you know, rice and stuff, just being me. Like, I've always done that, but when food gets high, I do need a little helping hand, opting for something like Rice Krispies, which does go down after training a lot easier than, say for example, that amount of rice. So that is post-workout. I will have this during my session. I will wait kind of like 20 minutes, half an hour after my session, and then I will tuck into this. I will go through the last 2 meals when I am home. But yeah. Okay. Meal 5. Yeah, meal 5 plus
6?
intra. Meal 5 plus intra.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so meal 5. This is my meal after my post-workout meal. So I had post-workout in the gym. Now it's going to be this. So we have 150 grams of rice. Jasmine rice, by the way, if I didn't say it before. So jasmine is much better than basmati. If anyone uses basmati, you may as well be eating fucking sand. So jasmine is king. So jasmine rice, 175 grams, 200 grams of chicken, and obviously because I'm a chef, we have my fine cuisine. We have my mustard and my barbecue sauce. It looks just as good in person as it does on camera. Look beautiful. And then we got 100 grams of apple as well. So, 10 mils of macadamia nut oil with this one as well. This was avocado in this meal, but again, avocado does not agree with me at the moment. I think I found out why. Because I went through a stage where I was getting sushi and I was vomiting every time I got sushi. And I used to love sushi. If anyone has followed me, they know my sushi fucking feeds. But I kept getting sick from it and I didn't know why. And I think the avocado in my meals was reminding me of the sushi I was having. So that was making me feel sick as well. So I had to get rid of it. So yeah, that's why there's no avocado. So I took the avocado out and there's macadamia nut oil in this one as well. So 175 rice, 200 chicken, 10 macadamia nut oil, 100 grams of apple, and then the mustard barbecue sauce as well. So obviously earlier on I touched on the difficulty of off season sometimes with lethargy, wanting to nap all the time as well, but a couple of things that you could definitely take away from it as well that I have found super important to make sure I do, you know, during an off season. I think one thing which makes it a lot easier for yourself is keeping routine down. I think keeping routine as tight as possible in terms of meal timing, not kind of sleeping in and letting them meal timings pass and then cramming meals together. I think that's super important. I think keeping that routine of the set times every day keeps appetite in a good spot, stops you getting super full and congesting meals together as well. So if I was to give one tip to make your off season a little bit easier as it progresses on, keep your fucking routine in place. As soon as routine slips, that's when appetite starts to go, that's when meals start to get pushed back, that's when sleep starts to shift schedule wise, and then digestion starts to go, etc. as well. So super important, I think. Okay, we are on to the last meal of the day, which is 125 grams of jasmine rice, 200 grams of lean beef, 10 mils of the macadamia nut oil again, some mustard, obviously some salt, and then 150 grams of pineapple too. So that is kind of full day of eating, training day wrapped up. Like I said, pretty much the highest food is, well, still a few weeks after the off season, so it may get a little bit higher over the next few weeks depending on how the body responds. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. I think it's in around 6,000 calories or so. Not actually the highest my food has been in an off season, but I'm actually growing pretty well with this amount of food, and we haven't needed anything crazy higher than this at the moment. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Pretty fucking boring in terms of what it looks like, how I make food. Not too appetizing for most people as well, but there's a job to do at the moment, and that's to obviously get the food in. It goes down the same way. So when it turns to prep, you will see how my meals start to become a little bit more appetizing, because obviously hunger increases. So I like to enjoy the food a little bit more. So you will see that transition over as I start the diet. But that is all for now. Like, share, subscribe if you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.